Tough way to lose. You got to give Frank Vogel and the entire Phoenix Suns team a lot of credit. The reality of it is they went small, and we couldn't score. We couldn't score inside. KD did a heck of a job. We took some bad shots. I thought we drove into traffic 2 or 3 times. And instead of playing the way we normally play, you drive the ball, you touch the paint. If help comes, play off of 2 and spray it. We tried to go for the foul and shoot over 2 or 3 guys at the rim. And then we took some tough threes, and they forced us into tough threes. We had no pace in the half court to end the game. We were holding the ball a lot, and so their ability to play KD at the 5 and still match up with us because we couldn't score really slowed us down, and we have to figure that out because that's happened to us in the past. So great learning lesson for us all. And then on top of the tough shots and the inability to score in the paint and or spray the ball at the right time, we just kept turning it over. We had some bad turnovers. I thought we were really lazy a couple of times with the ball instead of making sure we were passing on time, passing on target with 2 hands, and it was just a recipe for what happened. And hopefully it'll be something that we can learn from in the future, because we're going to face teams that go small and put a small guy on Domas.
Like that first half.
Then, I'm sorry, the last thing, too, is they were able to hit threes down the stretch because they had 5 shooters on the floor, 5 playmakers, and we didn't want to switch a guy like Domas onto Devin Booker or switch a guy like Domas onto KD. So we had to blitz, and we couldn't switch 1 through 5 to just keep bodies in front of bodies. And when we're blitzing, we're running all over the place, and they got great shooters, and they made us pay when we blitzed. But go ahead.
Total opposite in terms of those halves. I think the first half was 23 assists and 3 turnovers. How tough was it to watch that just kind of unravel over the course of
I thought we played a pretty good. We played a good 42 minutes of a basketball game. So they're a really good team. They got 3 20-plus scores on their team, so you know they're going to go on a run. We're going to make some mistakes. We had 3 turnovers at the half, okay? So you know that's going to happen. What was disappointing is the stuff that I said in the last 6 minutes. You know, we took some tough shots at the rim. We couldn't score at the rim. Instead of just continuing to move the ball and move bodies, everything was really stagnant offensively. We turned the ball over, and then on the flip side, we couldn't guard them defensively. We had to blitz because, like I said, we couldn't just switch 1 through 5 to counter, because all they were doing was coming down and playing pick and roll. They were putting Domas in the pick and roll and daring us to blitz, and so we did. And they just moved the ball and shot open threes and made them at the right time. So I got to say that I'm pleased. I was pleased with our guys and what they did up to a certain point in the game, and then the last 6 to 7 minutes, you got to give Phoenix credit because they did everything that they needed to do to win the game, and we did not finish the game like I know we're capable of. That's what makes it tough.
Mike, when they did go small,
yeah,
did you want to take advantage of that with Domas and down low and try to get something that way? Or were you still running the same stuff as when they were big?
So you don't remember us throwing the ball to Domas?
No, I'm just asking.
Oh.
No, I'm saying I felt like you did on the low block, but they did a good job, though.
Yeah, we couldn't score, whether he tried to finish or he went inside and out and we shot a shot. I mean, we just couldn't score. So we went to the post a handful of times in a row, and it wasn't working. So I had to try to find something else, and that was tough. Then I went small, and we had 2 quick turnovers. So I put them back in, and like I said, we had to blitz their pick and roll, and they just moved the ball and hit open threes when we were blitzing them, and we were frantic about it.
Is anything The end of a 5-game road trip, is there any validity to just a team running out of gas a little bit, or would you not point to that at all?
Yeah, I wouldn't point to that because we had the ball in the right people's hands at the right time down the stretch, and we just got real lackadaisical, or we just couldn't finish, or we didn't stick with our principles. Like I said, when we touch the paint, if a second guy comes, hey, play off a 2 and kick it. And then, the tough part about it is, like I say, is shoot, we had to blitz, and we blitzed, and when you blitz, you're going to give up open shots, and they hit their open shots.
Talk about the last shot. Is that what you were looking for?
Either that one, we had a second option to it. So either Malik if he's open, or we had somebody else that was coming off a screen. And you give Phoenix credit because they bodied us, and we didn't even get, if I recall right, we didn't even get to the second look because they bodied us or stood us up and couldn't get open.
You guys did a pretty good job on their big 3, most of the night, and then obviously KD, especially Beal. These guys hit some big shots down the stretch. So just chalk that up to that's what they do.
Well, like I said, we had to blitz, and when you commit 2 to the ball, Jay, it's tough because now, for instance, if Booker has the ball and they come up and they set a screen with Domas's guy, we don't want to switch Domas on to Booker. So now we're blitzing them, and that means that they're getting the ball out, and now maybe we rotate to that guy, and then they're swinging it one more time, and we're rotating and contesting, but they're great shooters, and so they're shooting shots with their feet set, and it's like playing horse. And those guys, everybody they had on the floor was a really good shooter. Grayson Allen at one point was 6 for 8. That's what Gordon's known for. You got Bill, you got Book, you got KD. And so to get the type of shots that they had, the only way you could probably counteract that is to switch 1 through 5, and it could put, again, switching 1 through 5 could be just as tough as well.
What do you want your guys to learn from this experience when you feel everything kind of coming apart around you, like as you guys go forward in the season, how do you want them to handle that situation differently? What can they do?
Well, we got to take advantage of any mismatch we have, like most teams do. So we got to figure out how to score inside. Okay, when we do kick the ball out or somebody else drives the basketball, we can't think just because they don't have a big in the game that we're going to score over the top. We got to touch the paint and then spray it and move it, and then we can't get lackadaisical with the basketball. That the last 5-6 minutes of a game and a team's coming back and the crowd's in it, you can't be lackadaisical with your turnovers, and you have to be sharp offensively. You can't pick up offensive fouls or anything like that. Everything has to be crisp. And then defensively, we just have to figure out a better game plan than blitzing if they have 5 shooters out on the floor.
Anyone else?
All right. Thank you guys.